Thank you so much. Very sweet of you. 6 years you've asked me, that itself is a big deal.
അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണ് ദീപാവലി എന്ന മലയാളി കുട്ടിയാണ്
വളരെ കഷ്ടമാണ്. പ്രേമംലെ തമിഴ് പൊണ്ണ് സോ എസ്കേപ്പ് ആയാച്ച്. ഇവിടെ തമിഴില് മലയാള കുട്ടി. ആൻഡ് ഇതിലെ പെരിയ പ്രശ്നം എന്നാ പക്ഷേ അത് തമിഴ് ആൾക്കാർക്ക് പുരിയുന്നു. സോ ഇത് തിൻ ലൈൻ ബിക്കോസ് അത് കളി ഉണ്ടാക്കുമ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ ഇറ്റ് ഷുഡന്റ് ബി ദാറ്റ് വേ. സോ ரொம்ப ശ്രദ്ധിച്ച് കറക്റ്റായിട്ട് அந்த வேர்ட்ஸ் வரணும். அட் த சேம் டைம் தமிழுக்கு புரியணும், மலையாளிஸ்க்கு வந்து இட் ஷுடன்ட் லுக் லைக் கேலி அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கக்கூடாது. ரொம்ப ஷூட் பண்ணதை விட എക്സ്ട്രാ ഡേയ്സ് ഐവ് ഡബ്ഡ്. ഇല്ല എനിക്ക് ഇവിടെ തന്നെ ചെന്നൈ കുറേ ശബ്ദമുണ്ട്. ഇല്ല നോക്കി അത് വന്നു. പക്ഷെ ആ എവിടെ അത് ഒരു സെന്റൻസിൽ ഒരു 2-3 വേർഡ്സ് അങ്ങ് പോയി അവിടെ പോയി. ഇല്ല എനിക്ക് സംടൈംസ് പ്രഷർ. Malayali alkar, I know how much they love Malayalam, and at the same time I've been blessed with the love that they've given, so I don't want to lose it by saying something wrong. So extra pressure angane vannu.
Yes,
നമ്മൾ കുറച്ച് സ്ക്രിപ്റ്റ്സ് വായിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഒരു തോട്ട് വരുന്നില്ലേ, ഇത് നമുക്ക് അത്ര ഇഷ്ടമാണോ, കുറേ ലവ് സ്റ്റോറീസ് ചെയ്തു, എന്തിനാ, ഇറ്റ് വാസ് ഓൾവേസ് ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ്. പക്ഷേ ഈ സ്റ്റോറി പഠിക്കുമ്പോൾ ബിക്കോസ് ഇറ്റ്സ് എ റിയൽ ലൈഫ്, there's a woman who is existing, and I wanted to see whether all this is true, because sometimes for movie's sake we'll try to commercialize it, we'll try to add some extra bits. So I went and met her in person. അവര് ട്രിവാൻഡ്രത്താ. പക്ഷേ ഇപ്പോൾ she's in Bangalore with a child when I met her. Ipo Australia poi. So when I went and met her there, so she's a Malayali, and she speaks proper Malayalam. Tamil vandu inge poitu ange poitu anga samsarikkum. Very cute. And when I asked her about avരുടെ first love, idu ellam conversation appo I was reminded of how beautiful sometimes ஒரு தாட்ஸ் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா ചെയ്ത് நம்ம இந்த மாதிரி we'll expect something out of love. ഇല്ല മാരേജ് വരയ്ക്ക് പോകணும், ഇല്ല അവർക്ക് വേല ഉണ്ടോ ജോലി ഉണ്ടോ ഇങ്ങനെ ആലോചിക്കുമല്ലേ. ബട്ട് കോളേജിൽ ഉണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് പ്രേമ പ്രേമ അவ்வளோதான், we don't think much. So she had that blind love and she's still that way. So to maintain that child in you and to still be that way, I thought this is something. So I was first I fell in love with her personality in reality, and then I started loving the script because it was very difficult at one point of time. In English because I don't want to keep cutting the line. Ashamakanu. ഒരു കുഴപ്പമില്ല. ശരി, thank you. Sometimes വളരെ ടെൻഷൻ ആയിട്ട് തമിഴ് കൂടെ വരാതെ. So when I think about love stories like how we generally play in films, you get a little bored of or at least we have our mindset that women are always longing for the men and all of that. But so that I was starting to become very restricted with the kind of scripts that I was seeing. I wanted powerful women and all. You've got to be independent, you shouldn't maybe not do the same housewife or having children. I want to do something that's rebellious. ingane oru I think I was telling me a wrong narrative. I was telling myself that. Then I read the script and I started playing her character. During the process I realized we're all ordinary people, but ഒരു എക്സ്ട്രാordinary സിറ്റുവേഷനിൽ ഇരിക്കുമ്പോൾ അവിടെ എങ്ങനെ റിയാക്ട് ആവുന്നുണ്ട് അത് നോക്കാം. ദാറ്റ് we've got to see. So when I saw it, I don't think I'll be even half as strong as her. അതെ, ഇത് ഒരു 2 ദിവസം മുൻപ് ഒരു ഓഡിയോ ലോഞ്ച് അവിടെ ഒരു സ്കിറ്റ് ചെയ്തു. ഏതോ ഗുണ്ടടിപ്പെട്ട് അങ്ങനെ ഏതോ സ്റ്റേജ് മേലെ വിളിച്ച് അവിടെ മുകുന്ദേന് പറയാന് ചോദിച്ചു. എനിക്ക് വളരെ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടാണ്. എനിക്ക് I felt very hurt. I thought it was not right. എങ്ങനെ അത് അങ്ങനെ സംസാരിക്കും. So I told her I'm sorry. I don't think they were thinking it through. But she is so strong. She's like അങ്ങനെ ഒന്നുമില്ല പരവായില്ല. And I thought she is too strong. If it was me on stage I would have cried. How would you say your... So I thought that this is... she is something else. So I'm right now learning. Each film is a process where I start to learn. Or I start to tell myself, ഇത് തെറ്റാണ്, ഇത് wrong, the way I'm thinking is wrong. And I should reconsider the way I'm looking at life and scripts. So this
and coming
അത് actually ആ second എനിക്ക് അത് മനസ്സിലാവില്ല. ഞാൻ എന്താ ഫാനോ ഇല്ല അതങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടാവില്ല. Then he said I want to work with you. That's when I realized, oh, he's actually talking about me. So I was really humbled with what Mani sir said that day, and he's so magnanimous that he said it off, but for me it's made my life. I feel like thank you very much. Idu madi. You've always heard a lot about Kamal sir from his films, his the way he approaches his roles, and at the same time as a director and a person who is driving cinema. I think the kind of efforts that he's taken in his own life, you know, it's easy for you to maybe want to monetize the situation or do anything over time, but I think what I've heard, at least first hand atra connect I haven't had until this film, but before that you'll always hear about him. Whatever he earns, he puts it into cinema again, and he just wants cinema to grow. So angana oru personality first time kanumbo I felt very happy, at the same time very scared whether he can see through. Sometimes we don't have the knowledge about cinema. I'm more about what you learn with the character and what you learn about yourself. So when I met him, he, I think, had a very different aura that made you feel, that made you feel like as if he's still so young at heart. Avarku innum padikkanum, innum theriyano enakku, innum there's so much cinema around, so he has that curiosity still, fire in him. Illa ee film ku onnum tallilla. Yes, Rajkumar Periyasamy. So njan oru dance show chedu 16 years appudu Telugu varunundu. So when I was 16 years old, he was the director of the show. Ungal ellar adutha Prabhudeva. So adu
tamilum kashta.
ആ ഷോയിൽ ഞാൻ ഡാൻസ് ചെയ്ത് നോക്കിയാണ് അൽഫോൻസ് എന്നെ പ്രേമത്തിക്ക് വിളിച്ചത്. സോ ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു സർക്കിൾ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്തു. ഇപ്പോൾ அவங்க இந்த படம் டைரக்ட் பண்ணும்போது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் எனக்கு இது why would you, first I asked him, you know me very very well, you know what kind of scripts I pick, why did you ask me to play wife character, engana why that, shouldn't you aspire to do something big with me, because I had that space to ask him. Correct. And then he said, no, you see, you go talk to her and then you decide. No pressure, nothing. He said, I want you to do this because when I was writing it, I was thinking somewhere it will fit you. And I thought, okay. After I met her, I said, okay, I'm doing it. Correct. But ആ പരീക്ഷയ്ക്ക് ഞാൻ ഒന്നും ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല, ഹോൾ ടീമേ ചെയ്തു. ആ വിധത്തില് ഞാൻ എപ്പോഴും ഐ എം വെരി താങ്ക്ഫുൾ. ബട്ട് ഐ പേഴ്സണലി ബിലീവ് ഫോർ എ ക്യാരക്ടർ ഓർ എ പേഴ്സൺ ടു റൈസ് അപ്പ് ഇൻ ലൈഫ് ഒരു പെരിയ ഒരു ബറ്റാലിയനെ വർക്ക് பண்ண. സോ
ഒരുപാട് ലവ് സ്റ്റോറി തമിഴ്, തെലുഗു, കന്നഡ, മലയാളം
ചിന്തയുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ ബിഗ്ഗസ്റ്റ് ബാറ്റിൽ ഇസ് വിത്ത് യു. നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും, എനിക്ക് മാത്രമല്ല എല്ലാ ഗേൾസിനും നല്ല സ്ക്രിപ്റ്റ്, നല്ല ഓത്തർ ബാക്ക്ഡ് റോൾ വേണമെന്നൊരു ആഗ്രഹവും ഉണ്ടാവും. പക്ഷേ എത്ര ദിവസം വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്യും? സോ it's whether you have the patience to sit through and say it's okay, even if this is going to be my last film, it's okay, ഞാൻ നല്ല റോൾ ചെയ്ത് അടുത്ത് നോക്കാം അങ്ങനൊക്കെ. ആൻഡ് ഗാർഗി കഴിഞ്ഞത് ശേഷം ഒരു 1 year ആയി എനിക്ക് ഒരു നല്ല സ്ക്രിപ്റ്റ് വായിച്ച് ഞാനിത് ചെയ്യാമെന്ന് പറയാം. ഒരു വർഷമായി. സോ അപ്പോൾ அந்த ഒരു വർഷം எனக்குள்ளே ബാറ്റിൽ. ഐ വിൽ സേ നോ ബിക്കോസ് ഐ വിൽ ഫീൽ ലൈക്ക് ഇത് ഞാൻ ചെയ്താൽ അത് അത്ര നന്നായിട്ട് ഉണ്ടാവും. എനിക്ക് എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ആൻഡ് ഞാൻ ഭംഗിയായിട്ട് ചെയ്യില്ല എന്ന് അവർക്കും നോക്കുന്ന ആൾക്കാർക്കും തോന്നുമല്ലേ ഇത് അത്ര കറക്റ്റ് അല്ല, അങ്ങനെ അത് ഉണ്ടാക്കരുത്. സോ ഇറ്റ് ഷുഡ് ബി ഗുഡ് ഫോർ ദ ഫിലിം ഓൾസോ. സോ ഐ എൻഡ് അപ്പ് സേയിങ് നോ. After I say no, I'll be like, okay, ഇത് ഇപ്പോൾ എന്താ, uncertainty is a very very it tests your patience. You feel very frustrated. You don't know, and sometimes you'll feel like as if the fire in you to be an actor is more. So sometimes you'll think maybe you should grow as an actor, you can try all these roles. So the conversation that I have with myself is very bully madri. My head will keep bullying me. I'll say no for one, and then it'll bully me. If I say, okay, let's say yes, no, that's all. 100 things will say no in my head. It's always about, ee battle ku njan illa paravalla, njan it's okay, I'll do one. but even we don't have so many good scripts that come our way. Oh, ada Pavakadaigal.
So I'm looking at that.
In a very, I'm being extremely humble when I say this, that ഒരു കഥ എഴുതാൻ ഒരു ബ്രെയിൻ ഉണ്ടാവും, ഇങ്ങനെ ആലോചിക്കാം, അത് എങ്ങനെ ഇത് എക്സിക്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യാം എന്നത് ഇന്നൊരു ഹെഡ്. So without all this, we have to be as transparent as possible to absorb this. So I personally feel that maybe for all those scripts that I've said no and I've had to tell myself it's okay. That's atra easy onnilla, where you've got to say no to big films and also not tell yourself saying that idu cheyda paravalla, idu periya hit aanna kuda it's okay, it's all right, you are not happy personally. So maybe for all those sacrifices I've done at the right time, these are all the ways I've been blessed. So in that way I feel that the writers and the directors, I urge them sometimes to think about even women characters, because it's such a I think women are longing for well written characters, and it's very very rare. Ee Gargi ida ella atra easy alla. Ipo you see Gargi director will be doing something else. So each director will move on to other heroes films and all that, but there are very few people who start. Maybe the new directors start off writing for women, but I really like what they do in Kerala. Malayalam നോക്കിയാൽ അവിടെ women men അങ്ങനെ ഒന്നുമില്ല, ഒരു ഫാമിലി എടുത്ത് അവിടെ എന്താ നടക്കുന്നത് അത് കാണിക്കുമല്ലോ. അയ്യോ വളരെ நிறைய സിനിമാസ് ഉണ്ട് അങ്ങനെ ഇങ്ങനെ. I can say 1 or 2. I felt so many films are so nice that you want to be. അയ്യോ ബട്ട് അത് കൊഞ്ചം ഓൾഡ് ആയിട്ട് ഒരു സിനിമ, അത് പാർവതി ഒരു സിനിമ ഇല്ല, around the time when Kali was happening, a period film madri, he dies, no, Prithviraj dies, no, the love. So that film, for some reason, it kind of made me feel very good. So I thought something like that if I do. So you'll want to be part of some films like that which are done that way. There are a few more films, but Pettana, Ullurukku was very nice. But if you ask me if I can play the character, I think Parvati has nailed it. I think Urvashi ma'am, they're all perfect for those characters. You don't see Parvati. I know. There was a face in which...
Then with Nani, with Sakshal Shivakarthikeyan.
My work, I think, stops the day I finish dubbing for the film. എനിക്ക് അത്രേ വരും. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ ശേഷം ഏതാவது ഇന്റർവ്യൂസിൽ ഏതാவது ചോദിച്ചാൽ ഞാൻ പറയും. I understand the question, but I'm unable to comprehend this because it is a little I'm unable to put it in or a sentence, because I feel like I had taken a conscious choice that I always thought that my character should be a key thing in the film, where adu angane vannu poi angane oru role irukkodadu ennu. But after NGK I took a conscious choice that I should be associated in a project where there is some sort of interaction, there's some sort of it's not about power, it is more about your contribution to the film should not because I take movies too personal and ഇത് നമ്മ എവറിഡേ പനിയായിട്ട് ഞാൻ നോക്കുന്നില്ല. അല്ല അന്ന മാതിരി പാത്താ I might do films that come my way, whatever, or you know, make the most of it and go. But sometimes I feel that when I'm taking work so personally, I would want even the team to also feel that my contribution is valued enough. So I took a very conscious choice to do Virata Parvam. I did Gargi. I did Love Story because I know Shekhar Garu and I know how much he respects women and how much he will explain about he's okay for a discussion. He's open to a discussion. It's not like it's a set rule. And then Shyam Singh Roy. Again, the director and the team, they were extremely... that is Virata Parvam. That is Shyam Singh Roy. So these 4 films, I look at the work that I do face wise, I think, right now. Face like 4 films I did it with a lot of or more than that, it was fierceness inside, saying that let me do it this way, otherwise I'll go back home, I'll do medicine, it's okay. I became very serious after that about the kind of scripts that I chose post NGK. That's when I did Pavakadaigal and all of I don't know what that fire was inside me. I said, let me just do this. Appo itra periya break vandilla. Adappo korchu oru 4-5 months le I somehow could get good scripts my way.
White shirt and black 5 billion davanam.
Illa. ഡാൻസ് ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ maybe once or twice I would have watched. എനിക്ക് ആക്ടിങ് ഈസി എന്ന് അത് ഒരു പെർഫെക്ഷൻ ഒന്നുമില്ല. നമുക്ക് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് അത് നോക്കാൻ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ആവുന്നുണ്ടോ ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ അത് കൊഞ്ചം നാച്ചുറൽ ആയിട്ട് ഇല്ല കണക്ട് ആവുമ്പോൾ ഉണ്ടോ അത്രയും നോക്കാം. ബട്ട് when it came off to dance, there's some sort of perfection that they expect because they think you're a dancer. So അങ്ങനെ അയ്യോ ഇത് പ്രഭുദേവമാണ്. ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ I told Dhanush already saying listen, very easy steps. അങ്ങനെ പോയി നോക്കിയ പെരിയ പെരിയ സ്റ്റെപ്സ്, ബാക്ക് ബെൻഡ്, ഫ്ലിപ്പ് എല്ലാം ഉണ്ട്. I was thinking, ayyo, Sairam, why am I...
Well done.
Every time I see the dance, I can only think of the stress that I went through. Yes. So very, very stressful. And Prabhudeva myself come to the location and he'll see, ee location ki step work avanilla, immediately he'll change. So you would have learned the step for 3 days and you'll have to come and change it and learn it in 5 minutes. And camera ready undav. And he'll keep looking, ready? Illa ippo you wait 5 minutes and then I have to go somewhere to the side and learn it and come. And even when the film, before it released, Dhanush actually said that this song looks like it's for you.
For you.
And I'm going to, let it be this way and it's only for you, that I'm magnanimously letting it go. Magnanimously letting it go. Most of the times you know the script already. Next day, enda varunnu ariyam namukku. But in very emotional films where you know that there's something coming up, my fear is not enacting it, it is whether that emotion will leave my body soon. I have this defense mechanism where over 2-3 times na karanya adu pogum adin shesham kannir varunilla. It will be like you're moving on from that situation, so my body becomes very tight. It doesn't emote the way it would in the first few takes. So my fear is that I should hold the emotion in for me to be able to perform 4 to 5 takes.
Okay.
So that was the biggest challenge, or that is the biggest challenge in most of the emotional scenes where I shouldn't let go of all the emotion already, and I have to wait for it to come correctly and make sure that the director is okay with the take and then then let go of that. Okay. Otherwise my fear is always that. Or 2-3 very good scripts I've read. Vannitunde. പക്ഷേ I'm just waiting for the final draft. അങ്ങനെ. I've been talking about script for over 2 years now. I like the script, but for it to come to the final stage, it's taking quite a while. So when the time is right.
Correct.
ഒരു ധൈര്യം വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. Because I love medicine. I wanted to be a doctor because I thought help ചെയ്യാം. പൈസയ്ക്ക് വേണ്ടിയല്ല. We get whatever we get. After that, let's be useful to the society in some way. If I have to go back to medicine, I'm sure I'll spend at least 2 to 3 years in revising, getting to what I know, or at least I knew. And then I'll carry it forward. I wouldn't want to just simply jump into I can be very comfortable with anybody because I know I have my boundaries. I know for a fact that I don't think you can ever see me after this angana. So hello, hi, be a decent human being.
Correct.
But after that, I don't think I'm worried about anything else because that's all. I know my boundary. I'm very, very emotional. എങ്ങനെ ഇപ്പോൾ എയർപോർട്ടിൽ ചെല്ലുമ്പോൾ അവിടെ ഒരു അമ്മമാർ വന്ന് കൈ പിടിച്ച് ഐ റിയലി ലൈക്ക് യു എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് അവരുടെ കണ്ണിൽ കൊഞ്ചം കണ്ണീർ വരുമോ അത് നോക്കി I will start crying. Little bit they'll have tears, they'll be like choking to speak. I really like you. I felt so most of the things is not about liking me, it's about liking the character. So in my heart I'll be humbled by the characters I did. But seeing them cry, I'll start crying and that will bother me. So angana aa level ku emotional. എനിക്കറിയില്ല അങ്ങനെ ഞാൻ നോക്കിയില്ല.
I'm going for കാണാനില്ലോ ശോറ.
I think I don't know right now എൻ്റെ മൈൻഡിൽ വരെ വിഷ്വൽ ആ ബ്ലാക്ക് സ്വാൻ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ ബാലെ അങ്ങനെ ഡാൻസിൽ I think it's very restricted. ആക്ടിങ് മാതിരി അവ്വളോ വേരിഡാ, or maybe I've not done classical dance. So in a very varied way, so for me to know. I'm sure Shobana ma'am's done various ones. So I will not say enikku njan cheyidilla dance la atra variations ulla dance cheyidilla. Spontaneity, I love doing something in the set. It depends. Both work. Again, well written. If it's well written, you can pull off both. Depends on the dance style. I love dancing barefoot, but it depends on the floor. Valara idayna, I'll choose heel only.
Okay.
You should be kind to yourself first, and know that you are pretty. So you should first, nammalka confidence varnum that we are pretty. If you get that, I don't think the society can change you in a way. If you feel like putting eyeliner, you can put eyeliner.
Correct.
But you should not think that if I don't put eyeliner, I look so ugly. So that is something which I will not want in the younger generation. Nee potilla, if you're not wearing lipstick, nothing also, it's okay.
Makeup polilla kammala marnu alle. I like it.
Dance routine.
Oru divas.
If I say Sumati from that, I'll be dead. If I say this one.
Sumati venda.
Gargi maybe for the strength that she has, but I definitely wouldn't want to be in a place where I'm heard that dad has done something. So,
correct. Exactly.
Actually, last varsham varaiku I had the same hair, but oru Hindi film chedu. Avada poi grooming in a character kaga adu cut cheyidu sudden njan nokkiya cut cheyida. I thought you were only checking, and then they cut my hair. And I felt very bad. Then I thought it will grow back, but every day they started curling my hair. So hair grow aavum, പക്ഷേ ഇവിടെ break ആവും. ഇപ്പൊ കേരളയിൽ വന്ന് proper
treatment so hair ഒരു historic
പണ്ടത്തെ if there is an actor, for example, we have I don't know if you're aware, ഈ കഥക് ഡാൻസർ ബ്രിഹു മഹാരാജ് wanted to at one point of time learn Kathak under him and be part of his dance school. College medicine ചെയ്തു മുൻപ് I was actually trying to join his dance, so maybe I would have wanted to learn Kathak and dance for that. Okay, I don't know whether you'll be surprised, but ഞാൻ വളരെ meditation, I do a lot of meditation, not because I have to silence my mind. Atra thoughts undavum. There are 1,000 subdivisions. Personal life edtha mummy ke idu ippo cheyano adu cheyano, daddy ke ippo 5 years plan adu constantly, even when I'm here, avada poyo adu nadanno idu. So my brain is so noisy. So I meditate for that. People might think, she's meditating to get to a higher space or something. So basic item calmness I have to meditate. Very passionate about things, and I don't know where to draw the line where it might seem very suffocating to another person. This is when it comes to work. I'm so passionate about cinema. At one point you'll not know whether you should stress so much about this thing. So that is one thing I'll say, that I have to learn to be a little more calm and let go. She's like, rendu separate mari idukku mela pesa vendam. Paravala poikku.
What is that?
If they are able to see me as Indu Rebecca Varghese, adu madi, because that is the biggest victory for me. When you play real life characters, so there's a very sweet thing, I don't know if I should share it, there's a very sweet thing that Indu had texted the director after the promo had come. Sometimes when you look back at your own, if somebody does a biopic on me, and if I see, I'll think of that girl who I was when I was young, and that'll make me feel a little nostalgic. Than that, it'll make you feel very like you miss that person. So when she said that reminded me of the girl I was.
Perfect.
So that one made me feel very good. So I was very, very happy about it. The same way, if people actually believe, they don't see Sai Pallavi, they see Indu Rebecca Varghese, our character, adu madi. As an actor, I think that is my win. Adu madi. Adu Sai Pallavi ke adu onnu venda. Idu madi. Release ku varum. Ippo Tandel ennu oru Telugu padam. Appro Hindi la oru.
Very nice.
Again, it's not like we have 100 scripts which are great. I can't say great, which we can play. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ദിവസത്തിൽ ഞാൻ വായിക്കും. I read. So I read at least 3 to 4 scripts a month. ഉണ്ട്. ഇപ്പോ ലാൻഡ് 1000 Splendid Suns ഒരു ലാൻഡില്ല, അതായത് 1000 Splendid Suns എന്നൊരു ബുക്ക്. ഒരു പെൺകുട്ടി ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു യെല്ലോ സണ്ണ് ഉണ്ടാവും, അങ്ങനെ നടക്കും. ഫിലോസഫി. ക്യാരറ്റ് ഇല്ല, ഫ്രിഡ്ജ് തുറക്കും, നോക്കി എന്താ ഉണ്ട് ഇവിടെ, അങ്ങനെ ഒക്കെ 2-3 hours പോയി നോക്കി വരും. വൈറ്റ്. താങ്ക് യു സോ മച്ച്.